An Ohio judge set a $500,000 bond for a former elementary school teacher charged with molesting at least 28 female first graders in full view of their classmates and security cameras over the course of 3 months. John Austin Hopkins, 25, was indicted on Monday on 36 felony counts of gross sexual imposition involving students at Clark Creek Elementary School in Springboro, where he had worked as a physical education teacher until March. Hopkins, whose hands and feet were shackled during his court appearance, has pleaded not guilty and denied any wrongdoing. Judge Robert Peeler of the Warren County Common Pleas Court ruled on Thursday that Hopkins could be freed from jail if he puts down 10% of the bond sum, or $50,000. He posts bond, Hopkins would be confined to house arrest. He would also be barred from having any contact with minors, according to the Cincinnati Enquirer. Hopkins' lawyers argued that their client should be released on bond because he's got nowhere to go and could have fled if he chose to. Instead, Hopkins voluntarily turned himself in, the lawyers said. Hopkins is represented by the father and son team of David Alan Ciccarelli and David Anthony Ciccarelli. The judge rejected that argument, calling the charges against Hopkins overwhelmingly concerning. Warren County Prosecutor David Fornshall said during a press conference on Monday that Hopkins' indictment came following a 3-month investigation into allegations of inappropriate contact against the first-year teacher. Officials reviewed 90 days' worth of security footage recorded between December 2018 and March 2019 at the school, and were able to identify 88 potential victims. Angela L. Wallace, the lawyer representing the 88 alleged victims, says that Hopkins would invite female students to sit on his lap in a darkened gymnasium while the class would watch a movie. She claims that Hopkins made sure to have the door fitted with a bell to signal whenever someone would enter. Wallace says that the parent who complained did so after their daughter came home and told them, "I finally got to sit on Mr. Hopkins' lap." After all the children were interviewed, the grand jury voted to indict Hopkins on charges stemming from the alleged fondling of 28 students. Fornshall said that in each of the incidents, which were all caught on video, the gym teacher would have the first graders straddle his legs in a sexual manner, reach up under their shirts, and also touch their buttocks under their skirts. The alleged abuse occurred in front of Hopkins' entire gym class. His male students were never targeted, reported Fox 19. According to the prosecutor, Hopkins was popular among his students and created an atmosphere in which the little girls competed for his affections, because they did not understand what was actually happening. The kids may not notice anything at all going wrong, but when you're watching it as an adult, your stomach starts rolling, Fornshall said, according to KFO. "Because you're like, this is not okay." One of the first graders reportedly said she was convinced Hopkins would marry her when she's older. "Everything was done right in front of the whole class, so everyone could see it," Ryan Gingrich said. Gingrich's daughter, Cordella, was in Hopkins' gym class. "The kids probably just thought the girls were lucky to be with him." Cordella was not one of Hopkins' alleged victims, Gingrich told the Enquirer. Nonetheless, Gingrich says that the ordeal has forced her to have an uncomfortable conversation with her daughter about what constitutes inappropriate touching. According to Gingrich, some parents want to pull their children out of the school as a result of what happened. Hopkins was placed on administrative leave in March after he was accused by a parent of having inappropriate physical contact with a girl in his first-grade PE class. He resigned just days later. He also stepped down from his job as swim coach at the Kaufman YMCA in Springboro.